when your squad member lands in a completely different part of the map.
We're supposed to be a unit!
Suck my unit! If you haven't guessed from the title, today we are talking about Fortnite. This is Amy and Monty, and this is Video Game Ramble. Now, we usually host the Mojo Gaming Podcast, which we definitely still do, but we wanted to try something new. The purpose of VGR, Video Game Ramble, is to talk about games that are harder to review. Basically, games that are very long, online only, sports titles, incomplete games, and anything in between. Instead, we will be talking about some of the pros, cons, and how the game was developed and received. We will then talk about our experience with it and if it was a negative experience or a positive one. So that's kind of how the rating is going to be, instead of being like, 10 out of 10 for that online game that doesn't really have much substance, but it looks cool. So, first, let's start with some background on the game.
Fortnite is an online video game developed by Epic Games and released in 2017. It's available in 3 distinct game mode versions that otherwise share the same general gameplay and same engine. Fortnite Save the World, a cooperative shooter survival game for up to 4 players to fight off zombie-like creatures and defend objects with fortifications they can build. Fortnite Battle Royale, a free-to-play battle royale game where up to 100 players fight to be the last person standing. And Fortnite Creative, where players are given complete freedom to create worlds and battle arenas.
The first 2 game modes were released in 2017 as early access titles, and Creative was released on December 6th of 2018. Save the World is available only for Windows, Mac OS, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, while Battle Royale has been released for those platforms, in addition for the Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android devices. But let's be honest here, people. The only thing anybody really cares about is Battle Royale. Nobody really cares about the creative modes and whatever that other one was. Save the world. Yes, save the world. Nobody cares. So while the first 2 games have been successful for Epic Games, Fortnite Battle Royale became a resounding success, drawing in more than 125 million players in less than a year and earning hundreds of millions of dollars per month, and since has been a cultural phenomenon.
If that's what you want to call it.
Even Netflix came out and said that more people were playing Fortnite than watching Netflix last year. That's freaking insane.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, Internet. I'm just kidding. So currently, Fortnite is distributed as 3 different game modes, using the same engine and has similar graphics, art assets, and game mechanics.
Fortnite Save the World is designed as player versus environment game, with 4 players cooperating towards a common objective on various missions. The game is set after a fluke storm appears across Earth, causing 98% of the population to disappear.
Sure. Like that would ever happen. A freak storm.
And the survivors to be attacked by zombie-like husks. See, when we played it, I had no idea that that's what that was about. Like, I'm just now discovering it.
It wasn't that interesting when I was playing it.
The players take role of commanders of home-based shelters, collecting resources, saving survivors, and defending equipment that help to either collect data on the storm or to push back the storm. From missions, players are awarded a number of in-game items, which include hero characters, weapon and trap schematics, and survivors, all of which can be leveled up through gained experience to improve their attributes.
Fortnite Battle Royale is a player versus player battle royale game for up to 100 players, allowing one to play alone, in a duo, or in a squad, usually consisting of 3 or 4 players. Weaponless players airdrop from a battle bus that crosses the game's map. When they land, they must scavenge for weapons, items, resources, and even vehicles while trying to stay alive and attack other players, eliminating them. Over the course of a round, the safe area of the map shrinks down in size due to an incoming storm. Players outside that safe area take damage and can be eliminated if they fail to quickly evacuate. This forces remaining players into tighter spaces and encourages player encounters. The last player duo, or squad remaining, is the winner.
Fortnite Creative is a sandbox game mode where players are given complete freedom to create anything they want on an island, such as battle arenas, race courses, platforming challenges, and more. Epic Games plans to review some of the most popular creations from Creative and rotate these into Battle Royale map in an area called The Block.
But let's be honest, people. Why would you try to do creative mode when you could just kill people and try to be the winner of 100 or 99 people? So in the first two modes, players can use a pickaxe to knock down existing structures on the map to collect basic resources that are wood, brick, and metal. Subsequently, in all modes, the player can use these materials to build fortifications with, such as walls, floors, and stairs. Such fortification pieces can be edited to add things like windows or doors. The materials used have different durability properties and can be updated to stronger variants using more materials of the same type. Within Save the World, this enables players to create defensive fortifications around an object or trap-filled tunnels to lure husks through. In Battle Royale, this provides the means to quickly traverse the map, protect oneself from enemy fire, or to delay an advancing foe. Players are encouraged to be very creative in designing their fortifications in creative. Ah, yes. Be very creative in creative mode, or else.
All game modes are set to be free-to-play titles, though, as of 2018, Save the World is in early access and requires purchase to play. Oh, so I didn't actually play Save the World.
Nope, you were playing Battle Royale.
Okay, shows how much I know. The first two games are monetized through the use of V-Bucks, in-game currency that can be purchased with real-world funds, but also earned through completing missions and other achievements in Save the World. V-Bucks in Save the World can be used to buy piñatas shaped like llamas to gain a random selection of items. In Battle Royale, V-Bucks can be used to buy cosmetic items like character models or the like, or can also be used to purchase the game's Battle Pass, a tiered progression of customization rewards for gaining experience and completing certain objectives during the course of a Battle Royale season.
So, Fortnite Save the World. Fortnite began from an internal game jam at Epic Games following the publishing of Gears of War 3 around 2011. Though it was not initially one of the developed titles during the jam, the concept of merging the construction game genre representing games like games like Minecraft and Terraria and shooter games arose, leading to the foundation of Fortnite. It's weird to think that games like Minecraft and Terraria had anything to do with Fortnite because other than the actual creating aspect or crafting aspect, there's absolutely no similarity in my opinion other than it's for kids. Development of Fortnite slowed due to several issues, including switching from the Unreal Engine 3 to the Unreal Engine 4, a deeper role-playing game approach to extend the life of the game, and a switch of art style from dark theme to a more cartoonish style, which was a good move. I mean, for, kids, seriously.
Really? I never knew it had a dark theme.
Yeah, and it would have been, Save the World is kind of dark, because of the husks, those zombie things they were talking about. Further, Epic was looking to get into the game as a service model and brought in Chinese publisher Tencent to help. Tencent took a large stake in Epic as part of this, leading to the departure of several executives, including Cliff Bleszinski, who had been a key part of Fortnite's development. Fortnite's approach was changed to be Epic's testbed for games as a service and further slowed the development.
Ultimately, Epic was able to prepare to release Fortnite as a paid early access title in July 2017, with plans to release it as a free-to-play sometime in 2019, while getting feedback from players to improve the game. With the release of Fortnite Battle Royale, the player versus environment mode was distinguished as Save the World.
Fortnite Battle Royale, the part you've all been waiting for. Near the same time that Epic released Fortnite into early access, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds have become a worldwide phenomenon, having sold over 5 million copies 3 months from its March 2017 release, and drawing strong interest in the Battle Royale genre. Epic recognized that with the Fortnite base game, they could do a Battle Royale mode and rapidly develop their own version atop Fortnite in about 2 months. By September of 2017, Epic was ready to release this as a second mode from Save the World in the paid-for earlier access, but then later decided to release it as a free game, Fortnite Battle Royale supported with microtransactions. This version quickly gained players, with over 10 million players during its first 2 weeks of release, and leading Epic to create separate teams to continue the Fortnite Battle Royale development apart from the Save the World mode outside of common engine elements and art assets. This allowed Fortnite Battle Royale to expand to other platforms otherwise not supported by the Save the World mode, including iOS and Android mobile devices and the Nintendo Switch.
Creative mode launched on December 6, 2018, coincident with the start of Season 7 of Fortnite Battle Royale. Here, each player has access to a private persistent island which they construct buildings and add and manipulate objects as desired. Players are able to invite friends to this island and participate in unofficial games such as racetracks or jumping horses. Initially, only players who bought the Battle Pass could get their own private island, but players who didn't purchase it got access to this game mode for free on December 13th.
It's so crazy. Fortnite Creative sounds like it's a completely different game. I'm just like, okay, you get your own island to play a jumping game. Like, who the hell cares? So the reception of Fortnite. With all modes of Fortnite still considered to be in early access, journalists have yet to provide comprehensive reviews of any mode. Just totally understandable. The Save the World mode achieved over 1 million players by August of 2017, just prior to the release of Battle Royale.
Fortnite Battle Royale, on the other hand, became a significant financial success for Epic Games, leading them to separate the teams between Save the World and Battle Royale to provide better support for both modes. Within 2 weeks of release, over 10 million players had played the mode, and by June 2018, just after the Nintendo Switch release, had reached 125 million players. Revenue from Fortnite Battle Royale during the first half of 2018 had been estimated in the hundreds of millions of dollars per month.
Jesus, that's insane.
With total 2018 revenue estimated as $2.4 billion by analysis from Super Data Research.
You people are crazy spending that kind of money on this game. Fortnite Battle Royale has also become a cultural online phenomenon, with several celebrities reporting they play the game, and athletes using Fortnite emotes as victory celebrations. People are lame. A notable streaming event in March of 2018 was streamer Ninja playing Fortnite Battle Royale alongside Drake, Travis Scott, Kim.com, and Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, broke viewership records for Twitch to date and led to Epic arranging a Fortnite Battle Royale Pro-Am with 50 pairs of streamers and professional players matched with celebrities at the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2018 in June 2018. Epic Games is working to develop organized esports competitions around Fortnite Battle Royale, including a Fortnite World Cup tournament in 2019. You know, I thought esports was sad, but now it's gone to a new level. Seriously.
We thought Farming Simulator esports was bad.
Yeah, right.
There has also been growing concern over Fortnite Battle Royale's draw toward young children, and emphasized with the release of the mobile client. Parents and teachers had expressed concern that students are being distracted and drawn away from schoolwork due to playing Fortnite, which can be said of any game, but still.
It can be, but damn, this game ain't that interesting. I'm just like, what?
Concerns have also been raised about the impact that playing a game involving repeated depictions of gun violence may have on young children, but I mean...
That's pretty much for any game.
Yeah.
So, in 2017, the game was nominated for Best Co-op Game by PC Gamer, who does not know what they're talking about, and for Best Spectator Game by IGN. Okay, I actually agree on the Best Spectator Game. In 2018, the game won the award for Best Ongoing Game by PC Gamer. What the hell does Best Ongoing Game mean? Like, you just keep playing it over and over again? I guess, but I don't know if it's the best one. And IGN, the latter of which nominated it for Best Nintendo Switch Game. Ew.
No.
Best Mobile Game and Best Action Game. Man, PC Gamer, get your head out of your ass. Or was it IGN? Either way, get your head out of your ass. So next we're going to talk about the pros and cons of playing Fortnite. For all of you people out there who are like, what is Fortnite? Which, if you're asking
All
that,
one of you.
either it's a very good thing or a very bad thing. There's no other way. You either know absolutely nothing about Fortnite because you don't play video games, or you don't play that sort of video game, or you have no idea what it is because you may...
Are the only person on Earth who doesn't.
Yes, exactly. You're the only person who hasn't, like, turned on a TV and saw a commercial for freaking Fortnite.
You're my dad, basically. Hi, Dad. Thanks for listening.
So, let's talk about, we're going to do a pro and then a con. And if you have any pros and cons you would like to add to this, feel free to just go ahead and post on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want to post it, and, you know, just say your own pro and con about Fortnite. So, let's start with the first pro. It's free. That is the first pro, and usually most people's only thought going into the game. They're just like, hey, it's free, I don't give a fuck, it's free. And yeah, that's mostly why people play the game. I mean, if they said that solid gold toilets were free, everybody would have one. So I mean, it's the equivalent of a solid gold toilet being free, in my opinion. So the con, you can't change your character unless you pay for one. So every round you are just giving a random character, basically. And this is for Battle Royale. That's not how it works for Save the World and Creative Mode. But yeah, in Battle Royale, you can't change your character unless you're willing to put down some serious money.
Another pro, the art is cute. It reminds me of Looney Tunes, very cartoony, shiny, and bright.
Good way to suck children into it.
Like when you're running, there's little like...
And me! Like, I'm really into that kind of stuff too. Like, I love cartoony and, like, anything that looks shiny and bright.
Yeah, exactly. The next con, there's no tutorials for Battle Royale, which can be confusing if you've never played the game before.
Yeah. They kind of just throw you into it. They don't really, like, give you a chance to figure it out. You're just kind of like...
What am I doing?
Yeah.
And, like,
eat or be eaten.
I feel like I would have enjoyed the game a lot better if I had the opportunity to, like, practice.
So another pro, the crafting looks cool. It's when it, like, you know, all the pieces are, like, floaty and they all come together, and there's no actual, like, work that goes into crafting, unlike Minecraft where you actually have to, like, gather the supply. I mean, you have to gather the supplies, but you don't have to, like, make wood and then make wood planks and then, like, you know, make everything to create, like, one
You just
wood
gotta
slab.
destroy everything.
Yeah, you just destroy shit.
But and it looks cool because it's like all the pieces are magnetic, so they all come, like, slapping onto your blueprint.
It's very aesthetically pleasing. And then a con, if you're terrible at third-person shooters, this game is not for you. And I am not a fan of third-person shooters. They're so hard to, like... Cursors are hard to see to begin with. It's even harder to see when you're distracted by a shiny character's ass. Like, for freaking real. So yeah, that's my problem with that.
Another pro, the areas are interesting and have cute names. The only one that I noticed was, like, Tomato Temple or something like that, and it's like this temple that just has tomatoes everywhere.
Yeah. Every area of the game sounds cool or has, like... It's themed, almost.
All of these pros are basically tacking on to the cartoony pro, because, like, they're all, like, whimsical, I guess.
Yeah, in a weird way.
The next con, there is no actual ambiance other than footsteps and gunshots and such. And also just, like, death all around you.
The sound of people dying.
Yeah, and even Minecraft has basic, like, music and ambiance going on in the background. Like,
yeah, it's kind of strange, I'm not gonna lie, that there's not, like, I get it, it's more about, like, the stealth aspect, you want to be able to hear yada yada yada, but let's talk about another game that uses stealth a lot in the video game, like, gameplay. Dead by Daylight, for example, there's still ambiance, and you can still hear when there's another player around you, or the bad guy.
It's not just a cartoony void.
It's not just, like, a bunch of people and all you can hear are footsteps and gunshots. It's very, like, there needs to be some sort of ambiance to this game so that people are actually like drawn in. Like even if you want to just add like some freaking jazz music or something in there, just anything, so it's not like this and maybe they're just like, oh yeah, play your own music, but then at that point it's like, why even bother, because then you can't freaking hear anything. I've played stealth games before, I know how this crap works. So another pro, you can choose whether you want to die alone or disappoint a team. Your choice, friend. And if you don't invest time in the game, for a con, I should say, if you don't invest time in the game, it's impossible to figure out what weapons are best to use. For my first time playing, I could never have told you, like, purple guns are better than blue guns, or I don't know if there's a red gun or better than yellow. I just don't know.
Someone's coming after you and you're just like, a thing! Eh!
Yeah,
and it doesn't work.
Let me lob this freaking pickaxe at someone's head. Kill him in one shot.
I wish that's how it worked.
Yeah, right? I'd actually probably like it.
The next pro, the floating bus looks pretty badass. It's a flying bus.
I would love
what
to
else
see
can I say?
a hot air bus balloon that people just skydive out of.
Can
Metro
you imagine
Transit how much that weighs?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like thinking in my head.
Yeah.
It can't be heavier than a plane, but still.
Exactly.
It's weird that it's a bus and not like a plane, right?
Again, the cartoony aspect. Like,
Yeah.
they're just all leading up to the same thing.
It's trying to be like, screw school, kiddies. Instead, you could just fly out of this bus.
And as another con, there should be a beginner area for people to train in for the actual game against, like, bots, like Overwatch, for example.
Exactly.
You can train against bots, so you're not, and you can set the difficulty so you're not just being, like, teabagged by all these people who've been playing Fortnite since it came out.
Yup.
And I know that, like, that's not just me being, like, a whiny noob, it's literally, like...
How do you get good at the game if there's no, like, way to, like...
Practice.
Yeah, practice. And I mean, not every game gives you the option to practice. But I mean, at the same time, this is an online game that hundreds of millions of people are playing. Well, I guess 125 million people are playing, I should say. It should have some sort of beginners, like, just like basic tutorial. Like, even if you just took 3 people, and it's just like, you know, your whole goal is to literally be the last one alive, so kill the other 2. You know what I mean? It's something simple like that should be thought of when going into a game of such ridiculous, like, thought, I guess. And I say that because it's like, there's so much to this game, but in theory, it's, like, a really, really, like, easy game, like, when you think about it. But there's a lot to it. And, like, you don't... Like, Minecraft, for example, the idea is insanely easy, but when it comes down to it, the creating and the crafting is much harder. You just... And they even have a tutorial. If Minecraft can have a tutorial, anyone can have a tutorial, right? So why don't they have a tutorial? I guess this is kind of a pro-con. The noises are both cute and annoying at the same time. Like, after the 15th time that you've picked something up, it's like, bing, 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 bing. I just want to shoot myself. Like, it's bad. And, like, it's... I don't know. Like I said, there needs to be some kind of ambience. Like, there really does.
Like, that would be okay if there was, like, anything besides just, like, the whooshing wind of, like, your impending doom.
Subtle fart.
That's what my farts are called.
A subtle fart in the wind. Yes. And then a con, trying to toggle through items seems like a lot of work.
This is something that I had a problem with when I first played, because, like, the 2 bars for the items and the weapons are right, or the crafting blueprints and the weapons are, like, right next to each other, so, like...
That would mess with me too. It's the same with Minecraft. You have, like, your basic inventory, and then you also have your crafting. And, like, I get confused with that all the time. Like, I'd be like, oh, I just want to go in and put, like, a pickaxe down in my main inventory slot. Instead, you open up frickin' crafting, and you're just like, oh, this is not what I was looking forward to.
Yeah. I mean, at least that's on, like, a separate page. Like, with Fortnite, it's
True.
It's, like, together. Like, you accidentally press up on the flat pad, and then you're in crafting.
Yeah, and someone's coming at you, and you're dead because
you're like, pickaxe you to death!
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It doesn't work.
It's just something's... Like, I don't know how you can even make that better. I just feel like it needs to be more, like, intuitive,
It could be a separate menu or something.
True.
like Minecraft. But anyway, next pro. The different outfits and various things you can purchase are cool and cute and etc.
They look really nice and shiny. Mm-hmm. And as someone who loves cute things, I would be easily suckered into something like that. Like,
Good thing I don't love cute things. No, just kidding. Yes. The next con, watching someone play the game feels like a sad mess.
it really does. Like, I watched...
Playing the game feels like a sad mess.
Yeah, exactly.
As a beginner, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, you start off almost immediately as soon as you get into the lobby. Pretty much. I mean, maybe within, like, I'm gonna say 2 minutes you start the game. I've very rarely seen anyone have to sit in a lobby for more than, like, maybe a minute or two. And, then immediately you're on a bus, and usually shortly after that you're either dead or you actually somehow make it to the end of the game. I don't know how, but somehow. It's just, yeah. It's always insanely fast. And I mean, I get it. People want to continue to just, like, pound through these games to try to win. But it doesn't really seem like that's the smart way to go about trying to win, maybe, in my opinion.
Yeah, but, like, at least with Overwatch, like, I kind of felt the same way when I started playing Overwatch because they kept dying and, like... What does this do? I don't know. When you keep playing and you get better at it. But, like, Overwatch has that appeal. To me, Fortnite doesn't have that appeal. Like, it's just, like, there. And, yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because, again, it comes down to the free thing. Like, people don't want to pay for Overwatch, so they're like, oh, I'll get better at this game instead.
Right. Well, and there are so many differences between the two games. Like, for instance, in Overwatch, you are still killing other people. I mean, it's just not like, you're not dead set on just trying to be number one. You're just dead set on helping your team, or you should be. Not everybody usually is.
Yeah.
But you should be. And I mean, there is team mode, like we were talking about. There's a team or squad mode or whatever the heck you want to call it in Fortnite. I don't know if people even actually usually help each other out. From my experience in playing with the whole squad mode, no. Like, unless you know your friends and you're playing together, like, with your actual friends, it does not seem like a mode where people usually work together.
Exactly.
Especially if you're with a bunch of randos. Like, most times when people are playing video games like that, they're very for themselves. And if playing Dead by Daylight and, like, those games where you have to help other people out or you become eternally screwed, it's in your best interest to always help out your team. But the fun part is you don't have to, so you can be a complete loser if you want. And they made it a little different now. I saw that you can actually, if you're in a squad, you can come back to life. I don't think you could do that to begin with. Because I remember the first time Charlie played it, he died and he was dead. He just watched his squad, like, get picked off or whatnot. He didn't get to come back to life. So they've changed it quite a bit since. So to the next pro. There are 3 supply llamas per game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's kind of cool, I guess, that they add, like, hidden llamas in the maps. That's cool. And then you can only hold... Oh, sorry. And another con, games seem to end as fast and chaotic as they start. I said seriously, not Siri.
I didn't find any notes.
Oh! I said seriously. And I mean, that goes back to us saying, watching someone plays like if the game feels like a sad mess, that's literally, it's just, it's incredibly fast, and by the time that you start, it's just like, what am I doing again?
So true, we had to say it twice. Okay, another pro, some viable characters are modeled after real-life things, like, for example, at the time of this recording, it's Marshmallow, the DJ.
Apparently you can also be Thanos.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool, but I mean, it's like, again, you have to buy all those things.
And John Wick. I don't get it.
I mean, Jake Peralta would be pretty fired up about that.
I could see like why that would attract children. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are other cool characters that you can buy too, or outfits, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
If you could be John McClane, he'd be like...
Oh god.
All over that game. Another con, you can only hold 5 items in your backpack. Even Resident Evil has a higher inventory than that.
Yeah. I think it's 8.
Yeah. A wink, wink.
Seriously, I do think it should be a little higher. I feel like 5 items... But, okay, here's my problem with that. None of these assholes is wearing a backpack. Maybe that makes sense to a certain extent. They just pull these guns out of their ass. I just need to know.
So I guess
I'm sure
that's
some
kind
of them are wearing backpacks, but that one chick that you were playing as yesterday definitely did not have a backpack on.
I know there was like an item category called like back bling, but it's not a storage compartment. It's just like a
Oh yeah,
cosmetic
I think you could
thing.
just wear a thing on your back.
But it's realistic, I guess, because I think if I was in a battle, I could only carry like
5
things.
submachine guns in your pants.
Yeah, in my pants. And then like a bomb.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention all the planks and like stones and stuff that you break.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a game. There does not need to be that level of, like,
Logic.
realization to it. Like, it doesn't need to be that real. But at the same time, don't call it a backpack if it isn't a backpack. You know what I mean?
Table flip.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
So another pro. Events are cool. We haven't really experienced an event personally, but constantly my freaking PS4 is going off like, there's a new event in Fortnite or a new update, which you gotta give them they're dedicated to updating it. They're dedicated to making that money, and in the end of the day, who can say who can say that's a bad thing, right? As long as they're dedicated to that, they'll probably end up having a lot of game time and gameplay. The con, V-Bucks are oddly expensive, and you have to buy 1,000 at a time, which is $10 worth, not including tax, of course, because you are taxed on online currency. I know, from experience. But yeah, it's... Okay, even Dead by Daylight lets you buy $5 worth at a time. So come on. Let's do a $5 amount.
And
Epic
isn't it
Games.
like $1 a loot
You ain't gonna
box?
hemorrhage money if you do it.
Isn't it $1 a loot box for Overwatch too?
It's $1.99, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's $1.99 a loot box on Overwatch. So even then, I mean, yeah, it's random. You don't know what you're getting, but at the same time, it's worth the gambling feeling.
Plus, you get like 5 things for that money
And
too.
you can do $5 for like 6 loot boxes or 5 loot boxes or something like that. So like,
That's
the
like
more that you
20
pay.
things.
Yeah, exactly. And you get 5 items, per loot box. So like, in theory, a loot box is better than a loot llama or just buying crap,
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, it's nice that we can talk about these other online games and the similarities and like what they could be doing better.
Mm-hmm. They could all merge into one to form the ultimate game. No, just kidding.
The ultimate game.
Another pro
Perky pro.
is that the items in the store change every day, apparently.
Yeah, once again, it's nice that they actually are committed to updating
their content.
Exactly. It keeps people...
So, like, if you...
that's, like, the only immersive thing about this game, so that makes sense. So they're like, the one immersive thing is that you can spend money.
That and, like, the events and, like, the stacking... What was it? The battle pass that we just read about?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I gotta log in every day to get my, loot or whatever.
Yeah, some free thing.
Yeah.
That's probably not even for Battle Royale. It's probably for creative mode.
Okay. The next con... There is no story to any of these characters, and they don't have an epic presence or any sort of appeal.
Nope.
I really appreciate, like, having
Overwatch,
lore.
yeah.
Overwatch is a very good example, but, like...
And Dead by Daylight, man.
And Dead by Daylight!
Yeah.
That's based on, like, classic horror, and it's, like... I like being able to care about the character that I'm trying to make survive.
Yeah.
And if I don't care about them... I don't care about the game.
I know this sounds weird, but when I was thinking about these characters, My Hero Academia kind of came to mind, because it's all about, like, trying to be the best hero, and that's kind of what Fortnite is, trying to be the best and winning. So, like, they could all have their own, like, epic reason why they want to win, like, for their family, or for, you know what I mean? Instead of just being like, oh, hey, there's this white chick, and she gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't even know what her name is. I don't think she has a name. Maybe she does. If it's Kim, then you're gonna get blasted in the face by Kim for no reason.
I'm sure there's like some like fan fiction or whatever that is
definitely
that like gives them personalities, but still.
Yeah. There's definitely freaking Fortnite fan fiction. I bet it's sick. so sick. So, another pro. Lulamas are adorable. I'm not gonna lie. They're really cute and bright, and they just look...
They make a cute plush.
I guess I shouldn't say that all the llamas are cool. I found out yesterday online that there's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 different kinds because they have event llamas and all that other garbage. And it's just, they look really cool. But don't get me wrong, Overwatch does the same exact thing with their event loot boxes. They look like holiday themed or Halloween themed, and it is, I get it. It's a way to keep people interested.
Exactly.
So, and then another con. Crafting is complicated, and honestly, all it does is delay your inevitable death. And I mean, especially in Battle Royale, I get it, but I feel like there are other things that they could implement instead. Like, it's funny that you can make, like, walls so that somebody doesn't kill you immediately, but it would also be cool if you were, like, the last two people and all of a sudden they give you, like, magic powers and, like, it's like a sudden death kind of scenario. I think that would be more interesting. If the sudden death people got, like, some cool new weapon that nobody else got, or, like, magic powers, something that made it fun to actually get to the end, not literally the same that you were playing the last 10 minutes. I don't even know if a game is 10 minutes, maybe 20 tops. I just can't imagine games that last very long. Actually, with the storm moving in, it probably only lasts like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
I will admit the storm's a good mechanic in that way.
Keep it moving.
It keeps it short, it keeps everyone together. Yeah.
Yeah,
pro.
So that's another pro, yeah. And I mean, come on, it's not a bad game. I get it. I get the appeal. Talking about this stuff and kind of going over it, it makes me feel a little bad that my personal preference is against it. Like, it wasn't a positive experience for me to play Fortnite. It just wasn't. Like, I played it, and I was kind of like, I get it. I'm not a competitive person when it comes down to it. Like, I love Overwatch and I love Dead by Daylight. And, like, yes, I get super bummed if I don't win after a few times. But at the same time, like, you can get better at it. You can get better at Dead by Daylight. You can get better at Overwatch. And yes, you can get better at Fortnite. But it's kind of just, like, luck.
Yeah, like, I am a competitive person. And, like, it's not intuitive. Like, if I'm competitive, but I'm only competitive at something I want to be competitive for.
Yeah, like, you really like Smash.
I love Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know.
It doesn't have that, like, appeal to people who like all of the same things that Fortnite is, but there's so much that it just doesn't do.
Yeah, I mean, like, Smash has the lore. It has, like, cool items. And, I mean, Fortnite has cool items, too. But, like,
you have to pay for most of them.
It also has tutorials. And,
Yeah, Smash does, too, right?
It has, like, levels. You know what I mean? So you're, like, you can customize. You can either customize or you can join people that are your level. So then,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing to note. Another game that would be hard to review, fighting games are hard to review. And the reason is because for most of them, there's no definitive ending. Not to mention, every fighting game is a little different, and the things that make them different and the things that you can talk about, like the differences, are the things that you should be talking about, because it's like, oh, one of them did this really right, one of them did this really wrong. But yeah, Fortnite... Like I said, not an incredibly pleasant thing for me. Positive experience, not at all. I couldn't get into it. And I would love it if people would comment as to, like, why they really appreciate Fortnite. Because I would like to hear from you guys what you like so much about it.
You're probably going to comment anyway.
Yeah, you're probably going to be like, wow, this sucks. Why did you even waste your time doing it? And my answer is...
We read your mind.
Suck my unit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my answer. But seriously, we really want to know why you like it and why you think other people are attracted to the game. Don't get me wrong, there's a ton of pros here that tell me exactly why people are attracted to it. It's just hard, other than the free option, for me to figure out specifically, because there are so many better games out there.
Yeah. If you have the coin.
Yes. Kashit has wares if you have coin.
Yes.
So, how was it a positive experience for you, Monty?
It was an experience. I mean, it's more like I could see myself if the world exploded and all that was left was my Switch and Fortnite on it and the internet
I would play. Okay, yes. In that scenario, I would play it.
If there were no other games that I wanted to play, but I want to play so many other games, and it's like, it's there. I appreciate that it's there.
Well, I just, like, I have this odd, like, burning that's, like, why is it so popular other than it being free? Like, does everybody in the world just have this, like, inane, like...
Marketing, probably.
Maybe.
Like, maybe they just made really smart marketing choices?
Maybe. And maybe there's just that many people in the world that are ultra competitive and want to be the very best like no one ever was. Pokemon. But, like, it's so hard for me to fathom, like, 125 million people in a Battle Royale game. There have been Battle Royale games since the dawn of time. Not all of them are 99 versus 1, but still, it's just... I just, like... My mind is blown here, people. Please explain. And I mean, these games have just... this game specifically, and PUBG to, a smaller... Like, about the same extent, I guess. People appreciate the realism of PUBG, from what I've been told. Told. What? But these games are just, like... I know a lot of people kind of, like, stopped playing them once Fallout 76 and, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. So, I mean, I know that there are, like, these people who are playing Fortnite are still attracted to those, like, bigger titles. I know once the new Grand Theft Auto comes out that they'll probably be leaving, Fortnite in droves as well. But, like, they always come back, and I just don't get it.
I don't get it.
I just don't get it. You stumped me. And that's why I really wanted to talk about this. This is why we have to ramble about it on and on and on and on and on, and you could just listen or stop listening. I'm sorry.
Bye.
But seriously, I really want to hear from you guys. Like, tell us what attracts, like, what gets you the most interested in Fortnite, what keeps you interested. Do you have, like, friends who only play that game? And that might be a big thing too. Like, maybe your friends don't have the money to go out and pay for Red Dead Redemption 2, so they're just like, oh, let's just Fortnite again tonight for the millionth time. Maybe that's just how it works. I don't have any friends, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, me neither.
How does having friends feel?
Who are you? That is
Who are you? Can you leave my home? No, I'm just kidding.
Leave my video.
Please tell me what the satisfaction of having friends is like, internet.
Yes. We want to know for science.
Yep, for science and nothing else. But seriously, you can always check us out on Mojo Gaming Podcast on Twitter. I guess we're on Twitter.
At Twitter.
On Twitter and on Facebook. And I am Mojo Amy I am at Twitter. I am at Mojo Amy on Twitter.
And I'm on Monty Rex with 2 X's at Twitter as well.
I'm so bad at this. And then feel free, you can also email us at mojogamingpodcast@gmail.com, and feel free to not message, but comment on Facebook and YouTube. Anything that you want to add. I know that people are super opinionated about this, so I expect at least a few comments. But, yeah. Thank you for listening once again. I hope you enjoyed our first video game ramble, and you will listen to our next video game ramble. I'm a little happy that this is going to be quite a bit shorter than our actual podcast. It's going to be a lot easier for us to, like, squeak these out, which is nice. Kind of in between when we're playing the game and getting our notes together for our next actual podcast. But yeah, if you get a chance, subscribe, comment, like us, do whatever you gotta do to get through the day. Try to wipe your butt, stay clean, and we love you. Good night.